Sunset paint the deserted highway blood red. Sarah gripped the steering wheel tighter. Her knuckles are white. The radio died an hour ago. All that remains is the rhythmic hum of the engine and the unsettling silence of the desert landscape. This shouldn't happen. A flat tire in the Nevada wilderness turns into a nightmare. Suddenly, a flash of light on the side of the road caught her eye. A lone figure stood there, sticking out a thumb. Panic shot through her. He was a tall and slender man. His face was obscured by increasing darkness. Sarah took a deep breath. And fight her fear leaving him stranded felt wrong. But a voice deep within her screamed of danger. Just as she was about to ignore him, she could see the desperation in his expression. This was in stark contrast to the emptiness of the road ahead. Her eyes flickered to the fuel gauge, which is precariously low. Maybe he knows a shortcut. A gas station hidden somewhere in this wasteland. Against her better judgment, so she pulled away. The man approached cautiously. His eyes shone unnaturally in the fading light. He introduced himself as John. His voice was hoarse and hoarse. He confirmed a gas station a few miles ahead. It is a sign of hope in this desolate world. Sarah felt relieved. But John's next words shook her. Just one problem, he said, his smile faltering in the gathering darkness. My truck broke down on the way back. Riding in a car is my only option. Sarah hesitated. John seemed harmless enough. But the loneliness consumed her. She finally relents. Thinking of the warmth and safety of a gas station with a full tank of gas. John climbed into the passenger seat. The silence came back harder this time. While they drive, Sarah secretly looked at John. He never said anything. His eyes were fixed on the spot above the windshield. The air in the car thickened with tension. John suddenly spoke up. You shouldn't be on this road alone. His voice was barely a whisper. Sarah's heart slammed into her ribs. Why not? She managed. John turned to her. A cold smile appeared on his lips. This isn't just any road, he said. This is where they come from. Who came? Sarah asked in a trembling voice. John's smile disappeared. Those who live in darkness, he said, his voice dropping to a low growl. They wait for the lost and weak. Fear choked Sarah. She slammed on the gas in an attempt to keep distance between them and what he was talking about. Headlights pierced the darkness ahead. It's a delightful sight. Relief washed over her as she entered the brightly lit gas station. John opened the door and stepped out. His silhouette contrasts with the bright neon lights. Thank you for taking me, he said, his voice strangely emotionless. Don't wait here, Sarah urged. Her voice was barely a whisper. John tilted his head. His eyes sparkled in the bright light. Somehow they will find you, he said, an eerie prophecy before he vanished into the night. Sarah was fueled by wobbly legs and a desire to ignore John's words as the babbling of a madman. But there were seeds of doubt. When back on the road, a growing feeling of unease gnawed at her. Every rustle in the wind, every movement on the side of the road sent chills down her spine. Then she saw it. In the distance, a shadowy figure emerged from behind the rock formation. He is tall and has a skeletal frame. Moves with an unnatural gait, their bodies dissolved into the darkness at the edge of the road. Panic gripped Sarah. John was right, her phone is broken. Radio sputtering, she is totally alone. Tears welled up in her eyes. Like the desperation that threatened her, headlights suddenly appeared in the rearview mirror. Hope shot through her. It was a truck, an old pickup truck with weathered paint. A man whose nature is like a landscape sitting behind the wheel. She pulled away, desperation urging her to call for help. The man listened patiently, a stoic expression on his face. "They call them the hungry," he finally said in a solemn tone. Lost souls wandering these parts chasing the unlucky, relief and fear rose within Sarah. "They are true, but can this man be trusted? Listen to my warning," the man continued. "Don't stop. Don't look back. Keep driving. Dawn is your only hope." Sarah thanked him with a nod. She was so choked that she didn't dare speak. She slammed the car into gear and sped off. "Leave that man and his truck behind him immediately.